is Ruthie with the Popo Backyard Farm, and welcome to my crochet podcast. And this is, I guess I'll say this is for August, because I'm not sure how often I'll do these. I may do these monthly just because of my projects, or I may do them weekly, depending on where I'm at. I'm a little bit unpredictable like that. First of all, I want to let you know that my podcast will not be super long. I would say maybe 10-15 minutes at most. So if you just want to grab like in between loads of laundry and you just want to, get an idea, check out my crochet podcast, at those times, because I'm not going to be hours and hours or in between other crochet podcasts that you're watching. Now, I want to let you know that I am drinking coffee. I am a coffee girl. I do like tea, but coffee has been my forte since I've been like 12. So let me show you what I'm working on. Now, I am making items from all my scraps. So this is the first item that I have just finished, but I'm really not done, and I'll tell you why. This is just a nice big old granny square, and I just took granny squares of all different sizes and I put them together. Now I wanted to try this. I never have done where they've been different sizes, so I made a couple errors. I'll tell you how I fixed them. I hope you can see this good. It's kind of hard with the little camera, but what I did was, let's see if I can show you. Well, one spot I had a bare spot. So I put I'm moving around. I put a flower. And I also just did some little double, or like a little pattern there that's not a granny square in between. And basically that's what I did. Wherever I had a short spot and I couldn't find a square that fit, I just did a different crochet pattern in there. And then I just ended it all with a double crochet. Now what I'm going to do, because my family complains, they do not like the holes in crochet, so this is why I'm not completely done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a quilt on the other side of it. So this is just a home blanket. It's just snuggly and it's just for family. I also mixed baby yarn, regular yarn, exotic yarns, and
tall tail yarns,
cotton yarn. And I mixed them together. Now when I used cotton, I mixed it with acrylic because I found that when I wash it, that it doesn't shrink. So that's this project. Now the other project that I'm working on that has to do with my scrappy yarns is, as I was working, I'm making a blanket. This may look really small, but when I'm done, I'm going to have a huge border all the way around it. So it's just each line, a different pattern, a different yarn. This one here, which I talked to my sister who's a huge crocheter. She made me think, duh, why did I do this? But example, this is 70 stitches across in size J hook. But when I got to this really thin yarn, I did, instead of doing 70 across, I did 140. It made it a little loopy. It's okay, because this is just like a scrappy blanket on this one stitch. But she said, why didn't you just double the yarn? It was like, I should have did that, but, I didn't. But either way, it's okay. But this is a great way if you're learning new stitches and have scrappy yarn. You can get your stitch book out and make each line a different yarn.
But the biggest mistake you made with it is you made it with holes in it.
I know. My husband's on the other end. But I'll put a quilt on the other side of it.
The reason that I don't like the holes in it is if I don't have my socks on when I'm sitting in my chair and you cover yourself up, your toes get caught in the holes. And I hate that.
Now, see, there's a man's view.
And that's another pet peeve I have.
It's a man's view. I am very warm right now, but I have all kinds of scrappy. Like, look, my scrappy yarn. This is my little pail that I put, like, when I come to the end of a yarn, I roll them all into a ball, and then I'll just make some kind of scrappy thing. But my husband has been very generous and has purchased a lot of yarn for me. So I'm trying to be a good steward of it. But in my little bin here, I have scissors, hooks. These are for my current projects. So this is all my scrappy yarn stuff. I also have in here my quilting thread for the quilt for the other side. I'll show you more of that when I go on. But this is my final project, which was like, well, there's actually another project, but I don't know if I can get it. I gotta look at my yarn bin over here. See if I can, oh, I found it! I found it! Look! I'm making a bunch of baby squares. And I've never done this before too, so it's kind of fun playing with the scraps. And I'm gonna put these all together. But, let's see here, guys. It is
Another
very...
blanket with holes.
Yeah, but they're all going to have quilts on the other side now that you have expressed it. It's warm under this light, guys. You got to excuse me. I usually keep my hair up, and I thought, oh, I'll put it down for the video. But this is another project I'm working on. I don't know if this is going to show it as clear as I'd like, but this one will show. And I'm using the scrappy yarns. My sister told me about it, and it'll look nice when it's all done. These are going to be like little puff flowers that are going to be on a granny square type quilt, and you double your yarn and you use a size N hook. These are at Walmart. Now I heard somewhere, and I don't know if it was just hearsay, but you can leave it in the comments below, that these type of hooks are going to be obsolete. Now, I don't know if that's true or if I just misunderstood somebody.
They look like a rug hook, so I don't think they'll make them obsolete.
Well, I kind of doubt it because I think I saw them at Walmart all the time. But if somebody knows something I don't know...
But you might as well pick some up while you can.
Exactly, because they're cheap enough. And you can even get stuff like this like on eBay and things like that, too. I've had to buy hard-to-find hooks on eBay before. But this is done like that. But I'll show you more on that project as I go along, just so you know. And so you guess you have to make like 100 and something, and then these go on top of a granny squares. It's like a certain pattern. But that's what I'm working on now. I'm sorry if I'm really super hot here. Like I said, I usually don't. Look, I've got my clipper. Gotta put my hair up. I'm so warm. Whew, it's hot. Do this and then drink hot coffee at the same time. I'll tell you, it's warm. But anyway, I mean, look how thin some of this yarn is I'm working with. This here, and if you know what this is good for, let me know, because I got some of this, and I just wrap it with another yarn. I mean, maybe you can help me with that, too.
Spider web.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, like, for a project. All I can think of is maybe a scarf or a doily, but... Anyway, I'm using cottons, I'm using like these little flashy yarns, all kinds of different yarns. But anyway, that is what I'm working on. If you're new to my channel, our channel is a little of everything.
Just don't use up all the scraps because I use them for the
yes.
plastic canvas.
My husband makes all kinds of stuff too. You gotta look at his videos on that. He made me like a gingerbread house,
the whole farm.
He made me a whole farm. He made me a castle. He made me holders for like my vitamins and everything. It's awesome. But so my husband likes to take the scraps because my husband, if you ever saw the movie Murphy's Romance, give my husband a buttered pattern and he can sew a dress. I mean, my husband has made curtains. He made a bedspread. I mean, my husband is really good.
Yeah, but that was just out of fur blanket or fur pattern that I made the blanket out of.
In fact, I have a sewing machine. I can sew, but I want to get my husband sewing with me because I mean anything he does.
I did all that when I was living alone.
I know. Before we met. He was a lonely man, and then he met me. But anyway, guys, all that said is our channel is a little of everything. So we talk like. It's basically a vlog about
we talk about chickens and fruit trees and yarn and pheasants and turkeys and doing things around the house, cooking. It's a little everything.
Well, it's basically a city girl and a country boy and how we blend our lives. Our channel is a vlog about our lives, so we have a little of everything. But we do a lot of farming videos sometimes because my husband is a farmer and
Wow, I'm a backyard
a
farmer.
backyard farmer, and I came from the business world, so anyway. But anyway, I wanted to share. I crochet like every day. I am really into it. So if you crochet, knit, do any kind of crafts, please leave your comments below. You are welcome to leave your channel link below and tell me about your channel at the bottom of this vlog. I like to do that because I love it when people on my vlog interact with each other, because you might find a channel out there you didn't know about. So, okay guys, bye.